Okay, students, we are gonna attempt to work on creating the bridge that we will be building down in the school forest. I want to show you some pictures of what it looked like when we put it up, to kind of give you an idea of where we're gonna start. So this is where we will start. We're gonna work on getting a bridge created just like this. These are all 12-foot sections. This is a 12-foot section. Middle portion is a 12-foot section, and then another 12-foot section this way. Once we have everything up and it's framed, we will adjust it so that it looks like this. This is after the work that I did on Friday. I ended up cutting up the edges, cutting off the ends so that we get the shape of the bridge that we want. We have a little bit extra framing on the bottom, just so it's a little bit more solid and sturdy. We now just need to cut the deck boards to the right width, and then we'll nail them on. I'm going to do some of this while you guys are gone, and so that when we come back, if you guys want to go and do some work out there, we'll be able to go back and finish it up. But I'll at least be able to get it started right now to be able to have it like this. So here is what we're going to do. I want to watch a little short video. Hey, what's that? Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's what he says. Seriously, Dad, what is that? Okay, this is a bridge I made out of popsicles. But more importantly, it's a bridge that was designed by the great artist Leonardo. Oh, like the Ninja Turtles? The little boy says. No, not from the Ninja Turtles. Leonardo da Vinci is one of the best known artists of the Renaissance, and more importantly than the painter, Da Vinci had a deep passion for learning and problem solving, particularly in the realm of science. Da Vinci was an avid inventor and well ahead of his time, creating concepts for flying machines, weapons of war, motorized vehicles, and more than his brilliant designs, also the most simplest bridge, pieces that were capable of being carried by soldiers and assembled with no nails or ropes, held together by gravity and friction. Now a favorite kitchen table science lesson, the Da Vinci design still carries some serious weight. So one of the coolest things about this bridge is it doesn't use any nails or ropes to glue or hold itself together. It's just held by gravity and friction, and it's pretty strong. Your mom saw a picture of one of these and thought it would be cool if we built it. So I built one, and I thought it'd be great for us to build one together. Zoom in. It's an inch and a half wide by 6 inches or 5.5 inches long. It's called the 2x6, but that's what the actual dimensions are of it. And you start out by putting your cross boards or cross members. You're going to alternate from the ends on the bottom to the middle on the top. That's a really simple way to get the shape that we want and also provide it more strength. The original Da Vinci design doesn't have any fasteners that hold the cross members on. It's just held by friction and gravity. So as you push down on the top, it kind of that's what kind of locks everything together. The friction of the downward pressure of it will lock everything together. For us, we are going to be putting nail or screws in here. I did nails and screws. We did some screws and nails in here, and then we zipped off right along the edge, just like that. We zipped off to get it an even plane coming up from the bottom on one side, and then we came across the top like this, and then down to the other side. So we have 9-foot section, a 6-foot section in the middle, and another 9-foot section on the other side to give us the shape that we want. So to start out, we are going to be building that middle section, and then we'll put the boards together. I'm not going to make us do all of the bracing and everything else that's on here. Just like all of the stuff on the inside, we won't worry about the stuff on the inside. We'll just do the basic shape of it with the 3 boards across, the 3 joists across. Then we'll put the deck boards on once we have it cut to where we want it to be. So what we got to do is, and I already have one opened right here for it. What you got to do is you're going to come here and you're going to go to SketchUp for Schools, click on it, open it up, when you get to that home page, you're going to click on create new and then feet in inches. So what we'll do is we'll start by making the 2x6s, and I'm going to make it in such a way that we will minimize the amount of rotation that we have to do with each part in the beginning. And what we'll do is we'll make a component of a 2x6 by 12 foot board first. Then we can edit that component to help with putting it together. There's some things we can do to make them be together. We're going to start by using a rectangle. I'm going to be putting in, before I put this up, I'll edit it so that we can, I'll put on the screen the dimensions of things that you need to type in order to make it work. We're going to start by making a 1.5 comma space 144 board. So we need a board that's 12 feet long, that's 1.5 inches wide to give us the width and length of the 2x4. Now we're going to give it height to make it, excuse me, not a 2x4, a 2x6. We'll give it the height of a 2x6 by making it 5.5 inches. So we'll scroll in, we'll click on it, we'll raise it up, we'll type in 5.5 and then enter, just like that. Now we have a board that's a 2x6 that's 12 feet long. We're going to need 9 of these so that we can, we'll have three going up one side, 3 going up the other side, and then 3 across the middle. So we'll need 9 of these. We could copy them right now, which is what I plan on doing. You're going to switch back to the arrow, highlight it, Control C, Control V. And every time you do Control V, you need to take your mouse or your mouse pad and then click on the screen. You'll click once on the screen to drop it in place. Then you can do another one and then move your mouse to drop it in place. Click on it and do Control V. We have 3, 4, 5. Just gotta click on that. Control V. Control V. Just orbited this around so I could move this where I want to move it. So I want to make it so that they're all kind of lined up similar to each other. So you need to, for me, I've figured out, I've used it a lot, so I know how to manipulate the screen to get it to either go down or up or side to side. So just get 9 of them on there. It doesn't really matter how you do it. So you're going to be placing them in just like this. Whoops, I don't want to do that. We'll move this one. Whoops, Control Z. That's why we want to lock it into place first. Let's go back. Control Y, Control Y. Before I start copying this, it would be best if we made this a component so it doesn't move. You saw what just happened there? I forgot to make it a component. So you're going to highlight the whole thing and then you'll right click and then do make component. We're going to label this 2 by 6 by 12 foot. And you put the apostrophe in there to make it 12 feet. So now when I go to move this, no matter what, it won't change its shape. It's going to always be locked in that. If I do Control C and then do Control V, click on it, put it down, click on it, put it down. I'm just doing Control V a bunch of times. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those 9 boards we're going to use to make up the frame. Now we got to do the 2x4s. We'll edit this. We'll go back and edit this before we put them together so that we can. We'll put some lines on there to make it so that we can grab specific points on them so that it will be easier to put together. Now, our bridge is 38.5 inches wide. So we're going to go back to the rectangle. We're going to make our 2x4s now that go across. I go back to this picture. We're going to make the 2x4s, the original 2x4s that go across to make the original shape and frame of it. So these 2x4s right here is what we're going to make next. A 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So what we'll do is we will go back to SketchUp. We're going to make a rectangle just like this. But this time we're going to do the length of it first. So we're going to go 38.5, comma space 3.5. What I just did was I created 2x4, typing in the dimensions of the width of the 2x4 and the length to make it 38.5 inches long. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to use the push pull. I'm going to click on it, move it up. 1.5 is the thickness of a 2x4. Now I want to make this a component because I don't want this to change its shape at all. I want to lock this into place. So I'm going to switch back to the arrow. Highlight the whole thing, just like that. I'm going to right click, make component. This will be 2x4 by 38.5 inches. And if you really wanted to, you could go like this. You could just leave it 2x4 by 38. But there you go. We need to make 3 of these to do the original frame. All you need is 3 2x4s and 9 2x12s. So we're going to go Control C, Control V, and then put these over here like this. Let's put these off to the side just like that so we're not in the way. We're going to use the move tool. I'll move this one over with those so that it's out of the way.